Okay, guys, so today we're going to be talking about volume of cone, right? Now, here, I want you to remember the formulas that we used in class from the formula chart, which is volume equals 1/3 area of the base times the height, or volume equals 1/3 pi r squared times height. Okay, so that's basically what we're going to be looking at. Don't forget 1/3 times pi times radius times the height. This stands for r squared. Okay, and this is volume of cones. Okay, so we're gonna go over the first example here, and we're gonna label what number one is giving to us. So here, it's given us the radius equals 2, the height equals 4, and we're gonna go ahead and write our formula, which is going to be volume equals 1/3 area of the base times the height, where the area of the base represents pi r squared, and bring down the rest. Okay, so now let's just substitute everything. We bring down the 1/3, multiply times the pi, multiply times the radius, which is the 2, times the 2, times the height, which is 4. Now, in the other video, I suggested one of the calculators that's available online for you. So go ahead and type calculator pi on Google search, right? And we're going to select the first link, scientific calculator pi. And here, how do you input a 1/3? Well, you're just going to have to select 1 divided by 3, right? Again, let me just clear. 1 divided by 3, that's 1/3, times pi times 2 times 2 times 4, which is the height. We're going to calculate, and notice that the answer is 16.75. So 16.75, correct? Let me just double check. Yes, 16.75, correct. Now here, it says determine the volume of each cone round to the nearest tenth. So we're gonna have to cut it on the 10th value, and we're gonna use the 5 to tell us whether to give it a rest or to add one more. So since this is 5 or more, we have to add one more. So our final answer is going to be 16.8 cubic yards. Okay, so there you have it. Question number 1. Now I'm going to go over one of the examples that has a diameter, like for example here, number 3. Okay, so we're going to do exactly the same thing, where volume equals area of the base. I'm sorry, I forgot. 1/3 area of the base times the height, where the area of the base represents pi r squared. Bring down the height, bring down the 1/3. Now here it's giving us diameter and it's giving us the height. So when you have diameter equals 7, you must divide it by 2 to get the radius. Okay, so 7 divided by 2, that's 3.5. So we're going to go ahead and substitute everything. 1/3 times pi times 3.5 times 3.5 times 4, which is the height. Okay, so we're gonna come to our calculator. Remember, 1/3, 1 divided by 3, times the pi, times 3.5, times 3.5, times 4, which is the height. Calculate. It's going to give you 51.31. 51.31. 51.31. Notice that we are rounding to the nearest tenth. Okay, so here this number tells us to just give it a rest. 51.3 cubic meters is your final answer. Okay, guys, so don't forget the formula that we're going to be using today for cones is going to be volume equals 1/3 area of the base times height, where capital B represents pi r squared times height times the 1/3 altogether. Don't forget to use calculator pi. On Google, right? I'll see you again later, guys. Thank you.